kind of didn't pin me down, but he kind of like come over, like knelt down and like pointed at me. He goes, "Where are you putting it?" I was like, "What?" He said, "Penalty. Where are you putting your penalty?" And I was like, I felt under pressure. I'm going to go across my body, left foot, go across the body, keeper's left. And he says, if you change your, I'm not going to swear, but if you change your mind, I'm going to come and find you after the game.
This is the Sheffield United Way podcast with Ingood Nick and Hal Stewart. Clips.
Tomo took over, and again, I've said before, I felt sorry for Tomo because he was just dealt that hand. He was dealt the players, players weren't happy that 2 or 5 players had left. He had to kind of somehow, we're still in every competition, so he had to somehow try to G us up to keep going, to do what we had to do. And I have to say, to his credit, he got the best out of what was a really wounded squad or team. And I think he got he did a brilliant job. He doesn't get enough credit, I don't think, Tomo, for what he did, because he took a team that was doing really well, who still finished in the playoffs and got the semi-final, like I said to you, the Coventry game, probably the highlight of his career, his little manager career. And he done really well, but he was dealt a bad hand. But you'd never have known it because he was always positive, really positive. You'd never know. He's always positive. But you've gone from Nigel, who's articulate, to speaking to you, to Tomo, who was full on fucking nice. But then when he lost it, he lost the plot. Like, wow. He would lose it. Yeah, so it went a little bit, to the foreigners are like, what the f*** is going on here, sort of thing. So it was weird in respect, but it worked because he, like I said to you, it worked because it had to be that way, because he had to somehow G everybody up and to get us going again. And like I said to you, I think the hand that he was dealt, he done extremely well for what he had. Yeah, absolutely.
So you've just mentioned it there, Coventry. That was my first ever giant killing experience, and you and David Holsworth were the heroes.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Alan Kelly was a hero personally, but
oh god, yeah, completely.
Yeah, no. See, it was funny. Obviously, it's funny because we should have won the game. Highfield Road, we should have won the game at Highfield Road, 1-0.
And for the people that are younger watching this, by the way, because Coventry aren't a great side now, Coventry were under Gordon Strachan, were riding high. They were on a great record. They were actually on an unbeaten record in the Premier League, and little old Sheffield United, as you quite rightly say, Quinny, should have beaten them in the first game.
We did. They had a couple of chances. We rode the storm a little bit, but after about half an hour, I thought we were the better side. And I remember. I still. It's funny. The home game, when we won on the penalties was obviously one of the highlights of my career. And it's probably the biggest game through how nervous I was at the end. But the Highfield Road was like. I remember now we had the away end on the side of the pitch was full. So usually, again, Highfield Road. I think we've both been there, but it was like. The away end behind the goal was always behind the goals, one end was always the away end, but Highfield Road wasn't. It was the away fans were on the side of the pitch. So I was more nervous, believe it or not, for that game, because I thought, oh my God, we're playing the Premiership side. And the second half, because I was obviously left-footed, I was on the left-hand side. All the away fans were right literally in earshot of me, because Highfield Road was quite on top of you, intimidating. So they were all in earshot of me. Quinny, you want? I got it all. But
as if.
Yeah, but if I did a silly pass or I took whatever. But you did certain people. That's fine. But I was more nervous for that game as it goes. And I remember it was at the end. Was it Peter? Peter at the end. Stupid. How. I don't know for the life of me how Steve Grizovic managed to get back to catch Peter Couture at the end. I don't know how that happened, but he did.
Because Steve Grizovic was about 40 years old.
Yeah, and how he got back.
He looked about 70 years old as well.
Yeah, he got Peter Couture. I don't know how that happened, but he did. But anyway, went to Bramall Lane, as you know, and that was. I mean, as games go, that was up there with, if it's one of my favourite games. Considering it was, I remember it now. Tuesday night, March the 17th, raining. It was zippy as you like. The pitch wasn't great, and they took an early lead from a bobble. And true story, I don't know if you know that or not, but I didn't even watch the video. But you see the ball bounce in front of Ned. You see the ball bounce over Ned, and because that morning Ned had said they had relayed the 6-yard box. No word of a lie. Yeah, so so the 6-yard box got relayed, and the pit they relayed, the ball hit it and popped over his head. So he was fuming. He was.
That was Paul Telfer who scored for Coventry.
Yeah, Paul Telfer. Yeah, and 10 times out of 10, Alan Kelly saves that shot. Yeah. It does, but it hit a bobble and it popped over, And but like I said to you in that game, and at half time, Tom would come in and said, "We're in this game," sort of thing. And rant and raved a little bit. I think more so just to cheers up. And we went out, and I think we could have scored 2 or 3 more goals. We never, and I think we left it, well, I mean, an unbelievable finish, by the way, from Reg. I mean,
no, we left it the perfect amount of time to have one of the greatest games that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, even now, it's funny because I still look at it now and again when people talk about it, and put it on Twitter a couple of times, and I watch the goal now at Reg scores, and I'm thinking how because between me and you, David Oldsworth is quite stiff. Where he walks, where he runs, everything about him is stiff. He's just stiff.
Yeah, so his back's quite straight when he runs.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, so how he got his body in the position he did to score that goal, I mean, was a great finish. And was it Roger who headed the ball back? I think it was Roger who headed the ball back. I'm not sure. I think it might be. It was. I think it was Roger who headed the ball back for him to a great header back. People say about Reg, but what you forget is the header, like 40 with the corner and Reg popping the ball back. It was a great header. Roger popping the ball back, but and then 1-1. Extra time, and I have to say again, we were by far the better team in extra time. We had Gareth Taylor had a chance, Fordy had a chance, Marcello had a great chance, Gareth Taylor had a great chance, should I say? But then it obviously went to penalties, and the rest is, I think we would have went to penalties. But Alan Kelly, without he was 3 penalties. I mean, the first, I think what knocked their socks off Coventry's was Dion Dublin missing. Absolutely, when he missed, I thought their play, because it was on the side, was on the halfway line. I wasn't watching, but there's a little bit. He missed.
He never missed, did he?
Exactly.
And he scored in the first game as well, didn't he? From the penalty spot.
When the host of Homes Under the Hammer misses, you're in trouble.
I hate that show. But no, when he missed, there was especially when he missed, it was the crowd went. I just remember that. I remember obviously when I scored the penalty, I remember the roar, but when he missed, I have to say, like the silence we got back, the roar from like the blades, where the ground was bigger than I've heard for a while, because I think we all expected, oh no, not him, he's going to score. But then when Ned saved it, I mean, and it was a great save. No, let's get it right. It was a great save. So when he saved it, I think that kind of like give us that little bit of we could do this, and that's again, I didn't know I was taking the 5th penalty. To be honest with you, I got told I was taking. I didn't know I was taking a penalty until he said you're taking it.
Were you a penalty practicer?
No. It was a shock when it comes to the penalties, because it wasn't a case of usually you get. I've been in penalty circles. You get asked like who wants penalty 1, 2, who wants them, and it wasn't even about who wants them. Tommy was coming around at the time. The gaff come around. Times like 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5. I have to be honest with you, a few people, I'm not naming names, but a few players, as he was pointing, kind of just went the opposite way and like went down a bit. And I was young, dumb.
How old were you at this point, Quinner?
20, when I 21, 27,
wow.
21. No, 20. I was 20. Sorry, 20. So
that is some bottle to step up and take a penalty.
But I have to say, Nick, it wasn't. But would I put my hand up? Probably.
Did you know that because you were the 5th penalty?
No, again, because that's probably the first penalty I've ever been in. So no, I didn't think. So my emotions were the fact that it wasn't. It's a good question actually, because again, I didn't know. Would I put my hand up for a penalty? Probably. I don't know. I'll probably be lying if I said yes. If I was made to make one, which I was, I would do it. I wouldn't have said I don't want it. But if only 4 people put their hands up, I probably would have gone, okay, I'll have one. It would have been that. I would have trusted that. Again, I've got a decent effort. I would have trusted that I'd be okay. So, but it got to that where it was a case of you're taking one, and it was the way he pointed, Tom, the way the gaffer pointed. It was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was number 5. And that's how it came about. And again, when Dion took it, I was, I think you were at the podcast, Nick. A lot of people, it was Dean Saunders. I remember now, Dean Saunders and Graham Stewart come straight up to me, and I was getting my hamstrings. Well, I got calves. I can't remember. I was looking around, shitting myself really, and looking around, nervous. Didn't have time to think. Could see what was happening. And Dean Saunders come over to me, and literally, I was on the floor like with my legs up in the air. And he kind of didn't pin me down, but he kind of like come over, like knelt down and like pointed at me. Where are you putting it? I was like, what? He's penalty. Where are you putting your penalty? And I was like, I felt under pressure. I'm going to go across my body, left foot, go across the body, keeper's left. And he says, if you change your I'm not going to swear, but if you change your fucking mind, I'm going to come and find you after the game and I'm going to knock you out, like, you know. And so that kind of, again, and Graham Stewart was over him, like, it's like the second, you know, have you ever seen Paddy and Murphy, like the bouncers? It was like that. Was like, one, giving it like good cop, bad cop. And he was like, yes, Graham was. And that's what, and for those, so the penalties were quite a blur to me because all I could think about was Dino and Graham just don't change your mind. So in my head, I was thinking, don't change your mind. And that's how it came about. And then obviously it just transpired that if I scored, then we're through. And, you know, I just got up, walked to the bar, and as I was walking, I've got a great picture upstairs on my wall of me taking a penalty, but behind is all the players and the fans, everything. And it was a brilliant picture, and you could see them all there. And Dino in his suit, and the players were like, "Go on, Quinny!" And it was like Dino I remember Dino's voice saying, "Don't you fucking change your mind!" As I was walking up, taking the penalty line, and that's what happened. I got up there, and, you know, I put the ball down, and I don't think I've hit. I have to say, as I've said this before, I don't think I've hit. And I was crapping myself now. You know, I didn't look at anything other than, I just remember looking up before he hit it, and he was, Grizovic, he might have been 40-year-old, but I have to say, he was massive. He looked huge in that goal. He just covered the goal, and he just looked massive. And I don't penalty takers, and I never go high. I would never go high usually. It'd always be low, but I just thought, something in my head just say go high, because he can't get there. I know, weird when I say he can go low and stretch, but he just can't go high and up there. And I just thought go high. I didn't need to go as high as I did to look pretty good, but I just thought go high and don't change your mind. And I never, you know, and that was it then. And the rest was like, and that was it. I was off. I was gone. As soon as I scored, I was gone. I didn't know what to do, to be fair.
You didn't plan that celebration, that's for sure.
I couldn't get my shirt off. It was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I remember that as well.
And everybody I speak to say about that, actually. But no, but I have to say, I was up there one of the best nights, without doubt, of my life. And I remember getting more of the fans, and I remember Ned, and we all did. And Peter Couture, 40, was the first one to come over, and when I was my shirt off down by the cop end there, and I come in, walked in the change room. Gaffer gave me the biggest hug in the world. And I thought, and I was in the old change rooms back then, so Gaffer come and give a big hug, and I had to do an interview afterwards. And as I come off the pitch, and I've gone in the change rooms, and Dino was at the door with Graham Stewart, and they were there. To be fair, they both, like, honestly, they got both bear of them grabbed me, like, give me a bear hug, and went, I fucking knew you could do it. And it was just little things like that you remember. Little things like that I remember, like just a little hug here or a little pat on the back there, and that was a really good night for me. You know, I didn't change my mind. And, you know, when you got the senior player like Dean Saunders and Graham Stewart, people like, you know, saying well done and giving you a pat on the back, and, you know, it kind of makes it all worthwhile. And, you know, thank God I never changed my mind, you know.